Hey everyone, thank you so much for being here today. My name is Denise. I'm also known as heywigsister on Instagram and Facebook. Today I'm here to bring you a wig review in partnership with name brand wigs. This is a brand new style by Gabor called Best in Class. And I have her in the color dark chocolate, which is GF6-8, a beautiful chestnut brown. I'm going to tell you all about this wig. I will show you this color inside and outside. And there's a unique feature on this cap that I've never seen before. If you want to know more, then stick around. I have to start by thanking Name Brand Wigs for sending me this piece so I could show all of you. I'm so grateful to Name Brand Wigs for providing wigs to reviewers for review. This gets so many more reviews out there, and you are able to do some serious research before you spend your hard-earned money on a piece. I personally am not comfortable purchasing wigs that I am not able to see on real people, and here's some details about those. Pictures at the website are great for a start, but reviews are where it's at, and Name Brand Wigs is a wonderful, wonderful company that supports this wig wearing community with reviews, with education. They have a blog, and they have an excellent customer service team. If you're struggling on your wig wearing journey, I encourage you to reach out to them. You can email support@namebrandwigs.com, or you can give them a call and they can help you. They can help you find a style. They can help you learn more about wigs. I just think it's a wonderful resource, and I've been a customer since long before I ever did a review for them. All right, let's take a look at Best in Class from all sides. The nape on this one is 2.5 inches. So I want you to check that out again. When I say refer to a nape measurement, it is that very bottom layer at the bottom of your hairline on your neck. And I usually say if a nape is 2 inches or less, that is where you really have to be aware of your hairline, because if you have a low hairline in the back, it could show below a short nape. I've got some wigs that have like a 1.5 inch nape. That is a very short nape. And so you definitely want to be aware of how short napes fit on you. And one area where it can sometimes be even more tricky is like right here. But this one being 2.5 inches, I get great coverage from it. And I do think most of us are going to be safe with a nape of 2.5 or greater, but still be aware of your nape because we're all different. Now, this piece is made with heat-friendly fibers, and I've noticed Gabor is releasing more heat-friendly wigs. For some of you, I think that's a concern because you're worried about heat-friendly, you're worried about the care and upkeep required with heat-friendly wigs. If you're unfamiliar with that, I have some videos on my YouTube channel to walk you through how to care for heat-friendly wigs and why they're challenging. I'll find a couple of them to link in the description of this video so you can go educate yourself. But I will just say from my personal preference and opinion, if I'm going to wear a shorter wig like this, I do prefer heat-friendly fibers. I think they feel a little more realistic than regular synthetic, and they tend to be a lot less shiny than regular synthetic, which gives them a bit more of a realistic appearance. So all I can tell you is that we're all different. We all have different preferences, and you do need to educate yourself some on the wig wearing journey in order to avoid some expensive mistakes. So go check out the videos I've linked in the description to help you, but I will tell you that I love these fibers, and I definitely love a good short heat-friendly piece. That is my preference. Now, this piece has a lace front and a left mono part that is very, very unique. So let's get to looking at that. I'll show you the lace front to begin with, then we'll get into the cap. There's that lace, and we've got temple to temple. So the lace goes from about here to here. And so the difference, sometimes there's extended lace fronts that may go a little bit further than this one. This isn't considered an extended lace front, but I think the way this one lays, that's okay. You can still get the security of a good lace front to give realistic, but you know, the way it lays down like this, I don't think that's a big deal. Look at that great lace front. They have done a phenomenal job on a dark color like this, making it look realistic and not naughty. I'm very, very impressed by this lace front. Okay, so here is that unique part. Look at that. So we've got the lace, and then it goes into the part line that goes all the way up and around the crown. So realistic. Now, why is this so unique and why is this kind of cool to have? All of the fibers in this area right here are hand tied. So each fiber has its own individual knot, which will allow it to move around a lot more naturally than when it's sewed into a weft. They can really only move kind of up and down. On these parts, they can move all around. So that's going to give you really realistic movement. It's going to make it look really natural on the top of your head. And that whole part line is going to give you a natural scalp appearance. Great job. We have soft ear tabs with bendable stays. You can press those in so that you get a really good secure fit on the sides. Extended nape, Velcro adjusters. The rest of this piece is open wefted. This is a very, very lightweight piece. I would consider this a lowish density. It's low density. Let's get me situated here. One thing I do want to point out, it is very densely knotted on the top. So you really can't see down to that part very well. I have tried to get this to part. It came with a zigzag part, and I've tried working with it just with a wide tooth comb in my hands to get that to look like a natural part, but it's so densely knotted, you really can't see. For some people, depending on how you wear this, if you want to get a little lift in this, you probably aren't going to care about that. But if it's important to you to be able to see down to the monofilament, then I have a video showing how you can pluck a part line to make it look more realistic. I'll link that in the description. And again, all I can say is we have different preferences. I'd much rather a company go overboard on density and allow us to pluck than make the part too sparse, because there's not a lot you can do in that case. So before I went off on that tangent, I'd mentioned that it's a lowish density. I would say, it's low to moderate. I do think it's got a nice amount of hair on here to give just a really professional polished look. There is a little bit of Permatease right here on the top. There's really not Permatease around the back here. And really even not very much up in the crown area, especially where you've got that monofilament. But right here, I think there's a little bit of Permatease, and what that's doing is it's giving it just a little bit of roundness and lift on the front, which I think really enhances the style. You can see that I can tuck this really well. Depending on how it fits you will depend on how easy it is for you to tuck. But with my measurements, I can tuck this fine, and you can really smooth it down and give it a polished look. It really changes the look when you do that. Another thing I really like to do with wigs of this length, let me get this situated again, is to put a headband on with them. I think that can really change up the look. You can leave it down, or you can tuck and put the headband on. And if you're struggling with volume, if you feel as though, let me just I gotta look in the mirror here so I can see what I'm doing. If you feel as though the volume is a little bit too much for you, which this isn't a heavy volume piece, but when you're new to wig wearing, sometimes that can happen even with low density pieces. Throwing a headband on can make all the difference in helping you to feel like it's less hair and a little bit more comfortable. So that's one of my favorite things to do with short wigs, is to wear them with a headband. I'll link the headbands that I like down in the description as well. Let's talk about fit. Gabor wigs fit very true to average. I typically have to cinch them in a little bit, and I have a 22-inch circumference. They generally have tons of stretch. This is a super, super stretchy cap. I get really, really good coverage. The ear tabs come down right where I like them to come down to provide me with good coverage, but yet allow me to still tuck and wear glasses. I do get a little bit of extra cap on the top, not a lot, but because I have pretty petite so my circumference is average, but the over the top of my head measurements aren't really average. They're more like child size. So I do expect to get a little bit of extra cap on the top if it's going to fit more true to average, which I really think this is. So if you are sort of average petite to a little bit larger than average, this could fit you. It really depends on your head shape and how flat the back of your head, all of those things. But once again, just easy to tuck. If you want to get a little volume, you can. You're not going to get a ton of volume on this one because it doesn't have a lot of Permatease, but just a super, super cute style. I'm really enjoying this one. I think it's darling. Let's talk about color. What did I say? Dark chocolate GF6-8. What that means is it's a blend of a 6 and an 8. A 6 is a medium dark brown, an 8 is a medium brown, and depending on the tones of those particular colors. You could get them more neutral, or you could get them a warmer color. I would say these are both very, very warm. The chestnut highlights give it sort of an auburn feel. We will go outside so that you can see this color outside. It is very, very well blended. It's not darker at the root at all. And it's just this beautiful auburnish, medium dark brown. It has nice warmth. No stripy highlights at all. It's very, very pretty. This is not a color that is going to draw attention to your hair. So if you're worried about people knowing that you have a wig on or asking you questions, sometimes getting a well blended color like this can help that, because when you get heavily highlighted colors, that can cause people to want to know where you get your hair done. So I love this color. I think it's a great color for anyone who likes kind of medium dark browns. You don't want visible highlights, but you like a little bit of warmth, maybe a little bit of auburn. All right, let's get outside so you can see this color outside. Thank you once again to Name Brand Wigs. Please go check them out if you haven't. They're a wonderful retailer, and I've heard from a lot of you who are very, very happy with your purchases from Name Brand Wigs, which makes me happy because I love them. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you in my next video. All right, friends, here we are outside with this really pretty color. That direct sunlight. I actually prefer more cloudy because it is a little bit easier to film, but at least you get to see it outside. I think you can really see the auburn. All right, thanks for watching.